Welcome to the show where we talk about buying, selling, online selling, eBay, Mercari, Amazon, garage sales, estate sales.
Hello and good morning, everybody. July 7th, 2022. How's everything going? Second half of the year has begun. And what's happening with everybody? Franklin Hill first in the chat. Stuart, good morning. Stuart, does your last name begin with a W? Just wondering, because I got an email from a company. They said we spoke to Stuart and we'd like to come on the show. So I think that's you. I think that's you who they were talking about. Vintage Jewels, Gems, and Pearls. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for coming in. How are you doing today? Okay, it is you then. Cool, very cool. I'm Margie, by the way. Okay, Margie, all right. Ping G, good morning. How are you? Oh, thank you. Thank you for coming in. Everybody is welcome and appreciated. JEK, long time no see. I'm hanging on there. How are you? Good, good, good. How are you doing? Refresh my memory though, because did you change your name maybe? Because I'm not remembering the JEK. But thanks for coming in. Thanks everybody for coming in. Thanks everybody on Twitch for checking out the show. And everybody on the Facebook channels for watching. Thank you. Please like, share, subscribe to the channel. I am trying to build my channel back up to where it was 3 years ago. 10 more and I hit my 1,500 mark. Had my best whatnot show ever yesterday. Switched things up. Stayed in front of the camera instead of behind. Really increased engagement. Very good. I wish we could see the replays now. I was busy on catching up and learning more of the high bid stuff, so I was like just engulfed in that, trying to take some new pictures and change some things up, review things. So I wasn't on much of anything else but that. It's just been a while since I've been on here. All right, well, welcome back. Welcome back. Oh, I like your shelves. Where did you get them? Are they made of wood? Yes, they're made of wood. They were called Billy from IKEA. Now, I think the Billy has changed a little. I used to have all my action figures in here, but I have it the whole length of my room. So it's 12 feet of these cabinets. And then this is the corner. So I do like them. I definitely do like them. On here to see and hear you. That is okay, cool, very cool, very cool. So what did you sold silver last night, Franklin? Stuart. So you did well with that. I guess you went on here, just in case. Copy, paste, babink. Pin message if you want to come in and talk. I remember yesterday you saying that you wanted to you were going to sell silver, but not coins. So sold a little bit of everything. Okay, all right. Yeah, I was wondering about that because my last sale was my best one too, and I found that I was in the action figure category. But I had some pins and some Disney pins and some other stuff, and they were there for action figures. So I was just wondering what category you went into and how far off that category did you vary your items, like silver and then you were listing some clothing, that would be a great switch there. Been at auctions on here at times. Oh, okay. Very cool. Very cool. The man, the myth, the legend, Stuart.
Hey, Paul.
What's happening?
Oh, just got finished actually packing up all my stuff from the Whatnot auction yesterday.
Isn't that nice? You do it like I was telling everybody Sunday. I did it at 4, ended at 6. By 8 o'clock, I was all done packing everything. Now, of course, my stuff was I was doing the original Star Wars figures. So most of them were only 4 inches tall.
Yeah, yesterday's wasn't too bad. It was mostly, of course, all that sterling silver was mostly like grooming tools, like shoehorns and button hooks and nail files, and then some just flat sterling silver flatware. So that stuff was easy to package. And then sold a lot of jewelry too. It was funny. I mean, the way I did my show yesterday, normally I build the catalog, just say, here's what I'm selling. But yesterday what I did, so I just, other than that sterling silver, I did add it to the catalog in case anybody wanted to pre-bid.
Yep.
But everything else, I did it in my office, not my normal selling location. And I just had the camera and basically it was stuff I had listed online. So I would just show like one of my cubbies, like you can see behind me here.
Yeah.
And I would start pulling stuff out, and somebody would say, "Hey, do you want to,
can you run that?
Comment if you want to run that." And then I would tell them what the starting bid needed to be, and I actually cleared out quite a bit of inventory to make room for a couple of other estates that I've got coming in. So that was kind of the goal of yesterday's show. But what I found being on this side of the camera, normally I would just have my tripod and, like most people do, just show the item and then I'm in the background talking. And I found I would struggle to keep, 15, 20 people in the stream. I guess just people get tired of just seeing item after item. But yesterday I just stayed in front of the camera and it was a lot more engaging, a lot more social. And I kept 20 to 30 people in the chat the whole 2.5 hours I was on.
Nice.
So,
well, that's the big thing that I was mentioning the other day is when you prep and you have your pictures and your items listed, true, you could get pre-bids. On the other hand, if someone's looking for the 5th item down and they're not interested in the other 4, they could go to other auctions and look around. But when you have lot 1, lot 2, lot 3, and you don't know what those lots are, and you're showing stuff and people ask for things, they're more likely to hang in there and hang around.
Yeah, exactly. What I found with Whatnot, because I do the same thing when I'm on Whatnot buying stuff, is, there's so many sellers on Whatnot now, and you were asking what category I list in. I just list everything right now in that Whatnot estate sales and antiques category.
Okay.
Regardless of what it is. But there's so many sellers now that it's hard to find a time slot when there's not 4 or 5 other auctions going on. That's just in the category I sell in. That doesn't even count the, 50 other auctions that are probably going on at the same time in your other categories.
Right.
So, yeah, anything you can do to keep that buyer engaged and staying in your auction. Like the jewelry I sold, it was literally these 3 jewelry boxes that I got 5 years ago and I've never done anything with. And somebody just happened to ask, do you have jewelry? And I said, well, I've got some. I really don't even know what's in these boxes. So it was kind of fun. I was going through these jewelry boxes and the audience was seeing pretty much for the first time, just like I was. And, and then anything of interest, somebody said, yeah, I like that. I'd put it aside. Then at the end, after I'd gone through the boxes, and I did that for 45 minutes and everybody stayed in there. Then people would say, can you bundle that, ring, that necklace, that whatever together? And that's
the cool thing about it.
So,
good morning, Renee. Good morning, Mike. January House. How's everything going with you two today?
Hey, Mike.
But that is the nice thing about doing it that way is, like some guys on Facebook, like I bought a few things from a Facebook auction. He did the same thing. He had an antique store that he has. It's almost like an antique mall. He has consigners. So he kept, I'm going to pull out this and I'm going to do this and and I says, I'm sorry to be a pain in the tuchus. I said, but can you do a store tour? and maybe a lot of us in here will see something we're interested in. He says, hey, that's a great idea. I'm willing to do that. He did that. And I said, what can you start that at? What can you start this at? Because he had some cool old toys and some other stuff. He's, I can't go any lower than this because that's what the consignor wants. But I ended up buying like 4 or 5 things from him. I got an Elf doll and a Sally doll from Nightmare Before Christmas. But yeah, that's the same thing. Last time it was on Whatnot, the guy had his camera probably here with the table in front of him. He had comics, probably just like 15 comics. He had probably 20, 30 action figures. And people saying, how much do you need to get for like Hulk Hogan? How much is the Mars Attacks comic? What about those cards? What's in that red box? And he had people engaged. I mean, I stayed on only for probably 30 minutes, but he had people engaged doing it that way.
Yeah, and it's funny you mentioned that because I've already thought about talking to the owner of one of the antique malls where I have a booth and see if she would care that, if I came in after hours and did an auction where I just walk around, starting out with my booth probably, just walk around with the camera and, have people say, hey, what do you need to start that at? And I would probably start things, roughly half of what I have it priced in the mall, maybe. And then if it works well in my booth, then maybe I could expand out to other booths if people are willing to, they got to tell me what their floor price would be. And then I would probably give the owner of the mall still her 10% consignment fee on anything I sell during that time.
Yeah.
So,
well, you saw when I did the sale in my booth, right?
Yeah, I did.
I did it during hours, and there were people coming over saying, what is he doing? Who's he talking to? And I said, hey, I'm on YouTube. I'm doing an auction. If you're interested in anything, this is what I'm starting it at. And as I'm pulling things off the shelf, that means they sold. But I did it during hours.
Yeah, I would have to think about logistically how that would work because the mall tends to get so crowded during regular hours. I guess if I did it during the week, maybe it wouldn't be quite as bad.
Right.
But in any case, yeah, I'm thinking about doing something along those lines. Just anything you can do to switch it up on whatnot, I think's good these days.
Yep.
Because of the amount of competition and number of sellers out there versus the number of buyers. Right.
Renee said, I did an antique mall booth for 4 months and had nice sales, but I decided I didn't like the $150 fee plus a 20% commission on my sales and an additional 3% on credit cards. Too many fees.
Yeah, that's high.
Renee, yeah, it is. You could have put up banners. Hey, check me out on YouTube. Check my Facebook page. I do sales on these. You could use it as an advertising medium too. So I started every month essentially 150 in the hole.
Yeah,
True.
I'll tell you where I start in the hole every month. I mean, I have antique booths at 3 different locations, accounting for 6 booths, and I mean, I start every month in the hole right at $1,000, but I still run a 30 to 40% margin by the time the end of the month's over. On stuff that would be hard to sell online. It's just a completely different audience. So,
right.
I don't look. Would I rather not pay fees? Sure, but you're not going to sell anywhere without paying fees. It's just cost of doing business, and
that's true. And Renee, I looked at it the same way Stuart did. My antique mall was open 7 days a week. So I look at it, hey, I'm renting a 20 by 10 space or whatever. It's this much money, which was, I think, $132 a month or whatever, plus the fee. I think mine was 12%. But I had to have, you have to have insurance. You need insurance, no matter even where you sell, on Amazon or eBay or whatever. But I don't have to hire employees. I didn't have a monthly rent. If the ceiling leaked, it's not my responsibility. People, if they can't reach stuff on the top shelf, they go to the front and say, hey, can you help me? Because the sign says I need help. They have an employee go over and help them with that. It's you got to weigh out the options.
Yeah,
I used to promote I'm sorry, Stuart. I used to promote my booth on the local Facebook flea market and garage sale pages, and people would come over. Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry, didn't mean to interrupt. I was
No, sorry.
Yeah, what you're saying there. I mean, the key is it's passive selling. I mean, you don't, other than having to take stuff out there, move stuff around, you're making money while you're not doing anything. You can be listing stuff online while you're making money at the booth. So,
right.
From that standpoint, it's been really good for me. Now, granted, I don't pay 20%. That does seem like a high commission.
Well, she corrected. She said it was 10.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, that's pretty standard. So, I mean, I pay 10%, and it's like about $2 a square foot for the booth rental. And then one of my malls actually passes on the credit card fees to the customers. The other two, I pay the 3% charge for credit card fees. So,
I didn't pay any credit card, only the 12% for that was the mall and the location. And good morning, Craig, land shark picker. How are you? That owner didn't do any advertising. Yeah, the place I was in is on Facebook and stuff all the time. They do like car shows outside because it used to be a Kmart. So they used to do car shows outside and things like that. But then business is business. It's like having a billboard. It's your business in our website. It's like having a billboard in the middle of the desert. Nobody knows unless you advertise it. So go to the Facebook pages. Every town has at least 3 probably: garage sale, yard sale, take me, I'm free. And they allow you to post if you're selling stuff. And you never know how, people are interested in stuff. I didn't mind the commission. It was 150, 4x7. Yeah, that's high for that small space.
Yeah, I pay for a 10x12 space. I pay about $250, I think. So.
Wow. Yeah, every place is different. It was only 6 days, and light overhead keep going out. The overhead light kept going. Okay. I had lots of lights in my booth, but some were touch lamps. Touch lamps didn't come with the rest of the... Yeah, I mean, I liked it. I closed mine in December because I thought we were going home month after that. We're still here in Florida. But mine was an hour away, too. It's an hour that way, an hour this way. And then, God forbid, I left at 4 o'clock or whatever. It's an hour that way in the morning and then 2 hours this way. So,
and of course, booths are going to be different in every location. I mean, I'm fortunate here in Knoxville that, my booth in Clinton, which is about 30 minutes north of Knoxville, Clinton's considered a top 10 antiquing destination in the U.S. Anytime you read magazine articles or lists, it's always mentioned. So we get a ton of tourist traffic there coming off the interstate. And then my other 2 malls are both like in the kind of the old section, many of Knoxville. So you sell a lot of artwork and furniture in those places to, interior designers coming through, buying for their clients. So, so I get good traffic at all 3 of my places, but, I have had friends in other cities who did not have, either the mall wasn't in a good location or that city, just for whatever reason, really didn't support antique malls. So it's definitely different. It's definitely different no matter where you go. But for me personally, they've been a really good outlet to sell things that would be difficult to sell online.
Now, wait a minute. Jen, good morning. Jen, 1964, good morning. Renee says her booth mall was only 15 minutes away. That's primo. And Jen says, never understood how people make money on those booths. You really need to have good traffic. True. They had a 1-day parking lot sale. Okay. No fees for the booth customers. There was no advertisement, so little traffic. Yeah, I mean, unless you're on a main drag, like mine was on a main drag going to the airport and the beach. And Mom knows treasure is good morning, but you always need to advertise. Always. Now, but Stuart, I was going to ask you, because I did it in my booth. I had signs up say, hey, check out my YouTube show. I had signs up that says, I'm always looking for old toys and stuff like that. Do you do that in your booth?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the advertising, I guess it works both ways. You're right. You need to advertise your booth. And I do a lot of that on my social media sites, especially Facebook and Instagram, and I even, when I'm working at the one booth on Saturdays or at the mall on Saturdays, I'll take pictures of every booth in the place and put them on my Facebook page because I figure, anybody who sees something in another booth and comes in, they might buy something in my booth. But yeah, also I then advertise, my other stuff inside my booth. I mean, I have a QR code that people can just scan that takes them to my franklinhillventures.com website which has links to all my social media and my online marketplaces. And then, just the number of sourcing opportunities that I've gotten. I don't specifically have signs like you did that say I buy this or that, but especially when I've worked there a couple of Saturdays a month, the number of people coming in either selling things or just asking if we buy stuff. I mean, I've gotten whole houses of stuff, from people coming in the malls. So it really
Nice.
complements, for me personally, it's complemented very well the online selling and the antique booth locations. They kind of work hand in hand.
Yep.
So
Nice. Good morning, Mom Knows Treasures. Yvonne, how are you? And this worried me also. I would be worried about shoplifters here in Cali. We wanted to put Sandy's jewelry in and other jewelry that we bought, and I was worried about that. And I couldn't find a reasonable cost locking cabinet or a locking showcase to do it. So it actually never got done, which is unfortunate because there was some people that did have it, but they had locking cases. So you have a key and then you give a key to the front desk, which is nice. JR says, my storage units are connected to an antique mall, so it'd be very convenient to have a booth. Yeah, but just don't think it would be worth the time and effort. Wow. 2 minutes from the house. That's sweet. I mean, I didn't mind the drive too much, but yeah, an hour. Even where we're looking to move to, I'm pretty familiar with the immediate surrounding area, and I'll say like 20 miles around. I don't remember seeing any antique malls there. The closest, now we're looking to go to southern New Hampshire. The closest one is one we go to every time we go home, but it's in Maine, an hour away again. But then you go up that road and there's one here, there's one there. I mean, Sandy and I almost stop at every one when we go up.
yeah,
But
that's
not,
how it is around here. I mean, we have, of course, where I am in Clinton, there's 15 or 20 antique malls all within walking distance. So, people can come and spend a whole day just going to all the different places. And my ones in Knoxville aren't quite like that. I mean, they're 5 minutes from each other, but they're not walking distance. And then, of course, I've thought about opening a booth up in Sevierville where Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge are, because talking about traffic, I mean, there's probably 30 or 40 antique malls up and down the parkway going into Pigeon Forge. And,
wow.
my only struggle there is just, it'd be a little bit further drive. It'd be about 45 minutes to an hour, depending on traffic. And,
Yep.
so I wouldn't be able to go, every week like I do to my other locations. So,
Right. Wow. Jen, I was going to ask because when I was reading this, your storage units, you ever do a storage unit sale? Do you ever post it on like Facebook Marketplace or whatever and let people come in and shop and buy? I've seen people do that with storage units. I didn't know you had one. And Renee said she bought a worried, and I had a locking small tabletop $75 off on Amazon. And Renee, I looked, I have looked. I still think New Hampshire is going to be the settling point. 45 minutes weekly, the gas would be expensive. Yeah, now it's true. What's gas where you are now, Stuart?
like 450, something like
Okay.
that.
It's still in the 430s here. I just hope it doesn't settle to that. I hope it goes back. I hope it doesn't settle.
Yeah, gas has always been kind of stair step. Like, they raise it and raise it and raise it. Then they'll bump it back down to something that was still above what it used to be. And, everybody's
Right.
happy because it went down $1. But so
Yeah.
people have short memories.
No, not sure they would like me doing that, although probably would not be noticed. Yeah, I was just wondering because I have seen some people do that. $6 a gallon in California. OMG. Damn.
Yeah, I have a friend who's got a storage locker or storage place, and he does like yard sale type things about once every 3 months. And I think what he did is he just went to the storage unit and asked, and I think he offered to give them like maybe 5 or 10% of everything he sold, and they were fine with it. And he does
Wow.
well with them, so it was worth it to
Yeah,
pay.
because basically it's a business for them too, right?
So
Wow, that's not a bad idea.
I just think they wanted him to limit how often he did it so that it wouldn't get in the way of the other people renting storage units, there. I think they told him he could only do it like once every 3 months, but
I can't take the extreme cold anymore. I hear you. It's dropping by a penny or two each week. Yeah, but Ping, it's like here. It'll drop a nickel, a dime. Or no. It'll drop a penny or two here and there a day or every few days. But then it'll go up a nickel or a dime. Why doesn't it do the same thing both ways? Why doesn't it drop a nickel or a quarter and then go up just a nickel or a dime? No, it goes down a penny and goes up nickels and dimes. Can't take the extreme heat. Well, don't come to Florida. Well, yeah, so I don't know. It's I mean, Sandy and I like when we go away, sometimes we'll go to antique malls and stuff and look around and things like that. And I think also, like the storage unit business, that's a cool business. Also, if you had a large building and you're renting space, like the storage unit business, they don't pay their bill in 2 months or whatever. They're out, and you get to keep everything that's in there because you change the locks, you control it. It's not like having a rental property where you got to go through eviction. I'm sure the same thing in the antique mall. You're renting a 10 by 10 space and they don't pay their bill, right? Or they're out or whatever, or even if they leave during the night, which I don't think they can. What is it? The most they're going to owe you is a month's rent, but now you have the space again. I don't know. It seems like a cool business, actually. And Scooter Renee, good morning. Yes, I have to look at your text message. I'm sorry. I started my high bid, and I was still going through stuff yesterday with that. I was surprised the gas stations didn't jack up the price of gas just before the holiday. We're already sky high. Yeah. They said that here too. They said after the holiday now it'll drop down a little. It's funny where the people keeping all their crap before new storage places opened up. Yeah. Well, they have a ton of storage places here, but in Florida we have no basements. You have basements there, right, Stuart?
Yeah, that's where I'm sitting. It's in my basement right now.
Okay.
This is so.
People, when they move down to Florida from up north, they more than likely will get a house with a 3-car garage. And you can imagine what 2 of the spaces will be in the garage. That is their basement for their storage. But even like my son said, last time we were up there in December, they were opening up so many storage facilities. I don't know why. I don't see a lot of people moving there. But yeah, they're big places. I mean, really nice looking buildings too. But on the other hand, you're stuck with their trash and crap they left without paying rent. So you're out rent plus having to clean up, possibility to pay a dumpster. True.
That's why people do the storage auctions, though, because they'll they'd rather get some money for it than somebody else has to clean it up.
Yep. Yep. And I spoke to someone a long time ago. I says, we've always been thinking of doing a storage unit auction, but just don't have the space, and I don't have the manpower. It's just me. But I said, so what if you were to get a unit, go through it, grab everything you want, and then just call the gut junk guys to clean out the rest? And I forget who I was talking to about. They said he knows a person that does that. They'll go through, grab all the smalls, the high ticket items, and then whatever's left, like even if there's like a refrigerator or a mattress or something, they call the gut junk guys and they come in, 2-3 people, and they clean it out for you. It's like $100, broom sweep it, and you're all done. Or you hook up with a local auction company and say, listen, I'm going to just take what I want, and can you take the rest and auction it off? They take their percentage and they give you your money, and that's another way. That's when you sell the storage units. Yes. Always a mattress. Yeah.
Yeah, I've thought about buying storage units, but kind of like you just said, I don't have enough storage space myself, and I also don't have like a box truck, so I'd have to rent a U-Haul.
Right.
My brother bought a storage unit, and he said it looked like somebody had just gotten evicted from their house, dumped everything in the storage unit, including all the food from the kitchen. So he ended up buying just mainly a bunch of mouse and rat crap, he said, and
oh man,
it's so nasty that even the stuff that he could sell, he's had to spend a lot of time cleaning it up. But
yeah. But on the other hand, let's say you did buy one and there was a nice table in 6 or a banquet, you have room in your booths to put big stuff like that and sell it?
Yeah, I mean, and I sell a lot of furniture out of my booth. So, yeah, I mean, the reason I don't do it's not so much, because I'm worried about getting crap because, although I do think the people who buy a lot of storage auctions, that's why you buy a bunch of them, because you're spreading your risk. I heard an interview with one of the, I guess, Daryl Sheets from Storage Wars, and, they were asking about whether the show is fake or not. And he said, well, it's not fake in the sense that we're planning stuff. He said, but you got to remember, for every one you see that's good that I buy, there's, 10 of them that I buy that, aren't as good. And he said, that's why, he said he buys like hundreds of them a month, and,
right.
He makes enough money to make it worth it. But I think if you're just buying one every once in a while, you probably do have a lot of risk there that you're going to, get one that's not any good versus good.
True. But yeah, I see the people when they do it and stuff, and and everybody tells me the same thing. If you're going to start with a small one, a 5x5, a 5x10. Make sure there's no mattress or anything like that you can't handle, because you don't want to be paying for dump fees all the time. And then what do they say too? Look for lean unit items, because then I guess nobody has gone through it. Whereas manager specials and stuff, they've already gone through it. They've already touched the stuff. So if you go to lean units only, which means they filed a lien on it or whatever, and those could be paid off at the very last minute. So you don't know if you're going to get it or not. But at least that's a good way to begin. Small lean units.
Yeah, I always worry about that too, whether they've gone in and cherry picked stuff out of them. I'm sure there may be laws against that, but you're trusting that whoever owns the storage facility hasn't done that.
Right. How can it be worth it if so few are not good? Jen, I spoke to Jerry about this. Your dollar cost average. You put 2 items up. They both cost you $5. One only sold for $5. but the other one sold for 20. So basically you still made money. You just dollar cost average, you know. It's still the work and stuff you have to put in to both units or all units. Good morning, Lambo Stacker. Hey, how's it going? That's a ton of money and work for one. It is a lot of work. It is a lot. But you know, do you ever watch Jeebus and them? And it's kind of fun going through the boxes and the treasure hunt of it. You're going through the boxes to see what's in there, and you know, it's pretty cool.
And the bottom line is, I mean, if you want to do reselling as anything more than a hobby, it doesn't matter what your buying outlet is. It's a lot of hard work. You know, it's
right.
Whether you're buying small stuff or big stuff. I mean, it might be different kinds of work, but you know, if you're trying to make a living doing it, it's you know, it's almost a 24/7 job. So,
it's a hustle. It is a hustle. You're looking for that one big bang that pays for the storage units, plus there's stuff that can be sold, but it might be that we don't normally sell. True. I don't know. I look at Grimes. He bought a unit. He says it cost 10 grand, but it had a ton of vintage video games. A ton of vintage video games and stuff like that in it. And he sold a bunch of it, I think, for, I don't know, what did he say? He got a lot of money from Dallas Vintage Toys. He has a couple of videos on that. I'd love to go into that store and see the store. But yeah, then he did another unit, and it was all brand new sealed VHS. Now, unfortunately, if you look at the two videos he did, I guess one was all Spanish, or half the boxes were all Spanish. But he got some good money for a sealed VHS. Don't you have to put that's their jam? Go for it. I'd have to go with someone and observe them first. Maybe go as a guest. Most of the places now, Yvonne, are all online. Are yours still all online up there, Stuart?
Well, most of them are. There's one auction company here that does in-person storage auctions. But yeah, most of them are just, you go look online and, you know, they show you a picture of the unit, you know, really nothing inside, just kind of the macro view of the whole thing, and you're bidding on it sight unseen other than that.
Right. And Yvonne, go to, what is it? Locker Fox, Storage Treasures. Just do a search for storage unit auctions, and you'll see a bunch that'll come up. Bunch of places. We did it. We went to a live one once before all the hubbub and stuff. I think when storage auctions was just beginning, and we looked, and it was pretty interesting. But the units were empty. There was like a old washing machine in one, and he couldn't give it away for $5. LOL. That's why I stick to my auction houses. Yeah, Renee. I do too. That's why I love box lots. I was telling Sandy yesterday I bought a flat because they sell flats of toys. And this one looked like it had all McDonald's and Burger King Happy Meal toys. Old ones from the 80s. So I bid it up, and it was, I think I won it for $10 for that box. Well, it was deep. So I looked in it. Well, actually, it was one of the boxes that I had aside and just got to it, let's say. And one of the items that was in that box just sold yesterday. Let me show you how much it sold for. Not that I'm bragging or anything, but it's a very small piece. And a lot of people would have looked at it and said, I don't know what this is. It's just like just a small toy. But it's this piece right here. Are you going to open? Right there, the piece and the package are probably only 4 inches tall. That was on the bottom of the flat. And that's what it sold for. So I was more than delighted at that. So box lots, I love box lots because you're actually bidding and paying for what you can see, unless you got there 2 hours early and you scoured the entire box. You said, "Oh my God, I hope nobody else sees that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle original figure down there," and knows what they have. No, it's not from the 60s. It's just from, I want to say 2002. It was 2002. It was a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive item.
It's funny. Box lots are kind of what pushed me over the edge into getting serious about reselling. I went to my very first in-person auction. This was probably 7 years ago, I guess. And, me and like 4 other people were there at the end of the night, and they were not only doing box lots, they were like putting whole tables together. And I remember I got like 5 tables of stuff for $5, and most of it was junk, but it was like, man, this is awesome. If I can get this much stuff every week,
Exactly.
for $5. And of course, then they got smart. I did that for about a year. Then they got smart and started running box lots first and rather than last. And they started going a little higher, but you could still get good deals. But now with there being hardly any in-person auctions around here anyway, it's more difficult to find those types of like really, really cheap box lots like I used to.
Right, exactly. Let me just show this again. New from 2002, DC Direct Pocket Superheroes Special Promotional Figure Golden Age Wonder Woman. So, I mean, even I had to look it up because I don't remember it. And that's why I listed it at that price and sold it. And it was only listed, I think, 2 days. So yeah, I was cool with that. I was cool with that. Cool piece. I recently bought some complete sets of McDonald's sets from the 80s. I listed all the ones that I have now. I love in-person auction. I became competitive then. I listed them all on HiBid because I see some of them are going for some interesting amounts of cash, depending on what they are on HiBid. So I says, hey, I haven't touched these boxes in 5 months, 6 months. Actually, I looked at the invoice and it was from February. So I says, maybe I should get these things listed. I couldn't believe they actually sell, but I have been, the Happy Meal toys are going nuts. How much can you get for McDonald's toys? I had some that sold very cheaply at auction. Wow. Yeah. You know what's selling for hundreds, if you were ever lucky to get any, is the McDonald's store display, where they have the plastic clear dome over it and it shows the figures, all the figures opened and stuff. I've seen some of those go for a couple of $100 a piece. Those are nice. Those are real nice pieces.
Now, do you do any larger items, Paul, or do you mainly deal just in smalls?
No, I run the gambit.
So do you do much furniture or anything like that?
No, nothing really big. I have to put it this way. Everything I do is shippable.
Yeah.
And I understand furniture is shippable too, but no, everything I do is shippable by me, by box. I have those 2 large items on Facebook Marketplace. I have a Japanese slot machine, but that it's like 75 pounds. I'll never put that online because you'd have to be crated. And I have a brand new microwave that's, the box is incredibly large. And I can't get those 2 things moved on Marketplace. Then I go to talk to my son. I says, oh, I see you listed the Mercedes, not mine. He bought one to sell. And I said, I see you listed the Mercedes. And he says, yeah, I sold it. I says, what? He says, oh, somebody came by. He says, I'll give you this much money for it. He says, he came by in an Uber, so I knew he was taking it. He has the best luck selling stuff on Marketplace, big stuff, fast. Blew me away. Blew me away.
Yeah, the little bit of marketplace we do, local pickup marketplace, I let my wife do all that because she seems to have a lot better luck than I do. I don't know if it's, people are more comfortable buying from a female than a male, maybe, for things like meetups. Although
Oh, true.
she does everything as a front porch pickup and just throws it on the front porch, and
Yep.
then they come and pick it up. And that way you don't have to worry about them not showing up for meets and stuff.
Right. I've seen those with Barbie and Hot Wheels, but never saw them for sale. Wow, Yvonne, if you're talking about the displays, if you can ever get those at a reasonable cost, I would get every one you could, because the reason you don't see many of them, they don't give them to every store. You have to be like a Walmart, and then the Walmarts don't even use them because they don't have the place for them. But they don't make that many of the displays. They're promotional items. And you just hold on to them for a while. Like, man, when Toys R Us closed, I tried to buy the Lego statues, the big 4-foot Legos. They says, no, those got to go back to Lego. I said, oh, I would love to get one of those because they were so cool looking. The things I guess everybody sees a lot of are the M&Ms, like 4-foot tall displays with the holes in them where they stuff the M&Ms in the stores. I see those all the time. Do you see any of those up there, Stuart?
I mean, I think I've seen them at auctions before, but I don't see a lot of them.
Yeah. Renee, how much did you get for McDonald's toys? Sold very cheaply. Or I've seen those Barbies up there. How much did you get for her? I've seen the Barb. Wow, what's going on here? Yes, the displays. I think old employees take them McDonald's when they change out the Happy Meal toys. Yeah, unfortunately, everybody collects them. Even if you can get the signs or the banners, all promotional material. Usually, if it's pop culture related, has some value. Like if you get a banner that promotes a book for Star Wars or whatever, and it's got, well, look at that C-3PO poster I put up on auction because I didn't know what it was worth. I finally got a bid on that because it has C-3PO on it. They don't care that it says Bantam Books. At auction, I think, 2 months ago, I bought, those racks with the Beanie Babies? I bought one of the original header cards for that. I don't know what I paid for it, $5 or something. But it's two-sided. It's heavy cardboard. And I figured, hey, that's, another promotional item that's decent that's not around a lot. I haven't listed McDonald's toys yet. Haven't had them long. I think you'll be surprised when you start listing them how much they go for. You sell any at the booth, Stuart?
Like promotional type items, or
No, the McDonald's Happy Meal toys.
no, not really. I mean, I don't usually have really small stuff like that, just because.
Okay.
It's more. I mean, I have a lot of glassware and things that are small like that, but I mean, occasionally I have had like just a bucket with some McDonald's toys in it that I sell for usually a couple of dollars a piece, or use them to give to kids who come in, thinking maybe their parents will buy some stuff. But I don't really deal in that kind of stuff that much overall.
Okay. Yeah, I've seen people at the booth that at my old mall, they would have like a box full of them at $2 to $5 a piece. The bitch is putting a tag on each one of them. Where do you put it and everything?
Yeah.
They're out there. The collectors are out there. There's collectors and just people like us looking for something they can make a buck on.
Yeah, I am getting ready to do something new this weekend that we've never done before. We're doing like one of the little small towns around Knoxville's having their 150th anniversary festival.
Yeah.
So we're going to set up a booth at that and just sell only our Franklin Hill Farms, jellies and pickles and sauces and stuff. So
nice.
See how that'll go. I mean, those have become really a huge seller for us at our booth. So we're hoping that we'll sell a lot. And it's also just a good opportunity to advertise. We'll have a banner there with our website and everything. And
Yeah.
of course, it's supposed to rain. That's the only kind of bummer.
Yeah. Yes. If it's outside, that's what you got to worry about all the time. Have you done any more barbecuing since the last time we spoke?
I haven't done any more smoking, I don't think, or not any. I think I may have smoked some sausages one day, but I haven't done a big smoke fest like I did at Thanksgiving.
Wow.
I usually do that like twice a year where I'll do, all the different meats, and then other than that, I just will do occasionally like some chicken or sausage or something.
Yeah, everybody, you got to go to Stuart's channel. He was on once and he went through it. He was smoking not just, wouldn't call it some meat. He probably had a whole case of meats that he was doing. This, that, brisket. And I'm saying, oh my God. There was a lot, but you got to go on his website. You got to go on his YouTube and check that out. Just click everybody. Yeah, Stuart, just put it in there, or you want to go to anybody's channel, just hover over their name and the 3 dots come up and you can go right to their channel. And while Stuart's doing that, thank you everybody for coming in and checking out the show. Thank you everybody on Twitch. How's it going? Thank you everybody on Facebook and YouTube. And please subscribe to the channel so you know every time we go on, which is typically Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 10 a.m. And we talk about all things reselling, or just leave it up to the chat to see where the chat leads us. The other day it was all whatnot, which was cool. And thank you, but take care, Vintage Jewels. Thanks for coming in.
Now you've planted the seed to go fire up the smoker again. So I might have to.
Man,
smoking in the next week or two.
Yeah, but hold on now. The last time you did it, when you showed me and everything, how much more expensive do you think that same quantity of meat would be today?
Yeah, that's a good question, because I know brisket's gotten expensive. The pork's still not too
Take care,
bad,
Yvonne.
but yeah, I'm sure it's gotten more expensive, just like everything has. So.
Yeah, I mean, because you had a lot of meat on that. I mean, I would have mowed out all day long.
Yeah, I think we did. I think for that time we did like a huge brisket and 2 pork shoulders, and I can't remember if we did a whole chicken and then some chicken thighs and sausage and then breakfast sausage, and then that may have been it. But yeah, it was a lot of stuff, and we eat on that stuff forever. We just put it in the freezer and then little baggies and then pull it out and heat it up, and it's just as good as the day you took it off the smoker.
Nice. I sold a Vans sign, picked it up at Salvo's. It was made of wood, sold it for about $180. Nice. Very nice. I'm telling you, people like those promotional items. Jennifer Hayes, how are you? How are you? Like, people, when Toys R Us closed, people were selling the giraffe things and the Toys R Us signage. The police had videos of people going up on old Toys R Us buildings, pulling off the signs and stuff. Kmart, I'm sure. I don't know if there's any Kmarts left in the country. I'm sure that was a big thing too. People going for the Kmart signs. The promotional items are decent buys and decent scores. Thanks, Jennifer Hayes.
Yeah, I probably need to jump off here too, Paul, and go get some stuff done.
All right, yeah, I'm almost done here too. Thanks for coming in again. And if you put a bug in their ear for that company to come on, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Oh yeah, they were just making sure you were on the up and up, and I gave you a good,
cool.
a good reference. So
thank you very much. So hopefully we'll get them on soon. I told them when we were on, and I says just pick a time. I'm sure people would love to hear from you and learn about your product. So yeah, hopefully we'll get them on soon.
All right. Well, have a good day, and I'll see you one day next week, maybe.
All right. Take care.
All right. Bye.
Bye. So we'll have that coming up soon on the show. Hopefully we're going to hook up with Adam to do Ping. Hopefully we're going to hook up with Adam to do a store tour of his store. Also, so we have some things coming up. And I've been listing while grandbaby napping. Okay, that's awesome. That's very cool. So hopefully I'm going to check out. I know I've been getting emails in from my hybrid people because I asked them a million questions. It says, I'm real sorry to be a pain in the tuchus. I get a million questions now because I was going through their training and stuff yesterday. So I had a lot of questions that came up. And someone here that saw the show yesterday was interested in maybe doing their own. So was he Franklin Hill Ventures? Yes. Yep. So that was cool that people are also looking to branch out and do some hybrid. I haven't checked my hybrid today at all. I want to see what's going on. I know last night there was another person that came in to check out stuff. So that was cool. But still, I'm still now today 9 days out. And as a typical auction, the last 5 or 10 minutes are where all the action, all the business happens. So I just wanted to get it out there early so people could look at it, so I could have a chance to advertise it, do some Facebook advertising and that type of stuff and get it out there. And it's just like your eBay listings. You could do Facebook advertising on your eBay store. Set a budget for $5 for a few days or even a week. So it shuts off. Once it hits the $5, it shuts off. So if it helps you even get one new buyer, it's worth it. It is worth it. I just did the S word. Can't say it here because I hear YouTube might remove new ones if discussed during lives. I just did the S word. Can't say it here because I hear YouTube might remove the new ones. I don't know what that is, but that's okay. That's okay. So if anybody has anything coming up they'd like to promote, put it in the chat. If anybody has anything they're doing special, just released a video or something. Oh, no, that's fine. You're fine, Renee. You're fine. YouTube frowns upon grow channels. There used to be a huge grow channel. Like he had 100,000 followers or whatever. And he would go on, him and his wife, and they would do shout outs. Of course, you had to pay to do the shout out. You'd have to do the, what's it called? I have it right here. Show your support. It's when you show your support. But so if you showed your support with $5, they do a shout out to your channel. I think if you did one for $50, they would do a highlight of your channel, tell you what you're doing wrong or whatever. And then he would promote us like, hey, this person needs 10 more to get to 1,500. Let's do this. Let's push for them to get to 1,500. Here's their channel. It's a great channel, whatever. Let's get them to do 1,500. And all of a sudden, they would be at 1,500, 1,505 or whatever. Then the next person. Super chat. Thanks, Ping. Thank you. So then, that's a grow channel. When people push and say to the people in the chat, like, hey, this person needs 10 more. Paul needs 10 more to get to 1,500. Let's stay on here. Let's see if we can get them to 1,500. That's a grow channel. That's what they don't want. So this person, 100,000 or 200,000, I forget what it was. They're gone. They've been gone now for over a year. But people used to say, listen, I went there, I got 10 new subs. I went there, I got 5 new subs. And that's why, they want you to grow organically. They want you, like I'm doing. I got a new sub yesterday, and they said they heard me from Instagram, because when I'm doing my eBay stuff, I promote it on Instagram and I say everything. Follow me on YouTube, Art of Reselling, blah blah blah, Art of Reselling. So that's how they did it, because you got to promote, you got to put it anywhere. But you could say subscriber. Yeah, that's not a big deal. You just don't ask people to subscribe to you or tell everyone you don't say, I will subscribe to your channel if you will subscribe to my channel. That's what they call coercing. Johnny said they see bus backwards for bus. No, that's not true. That's got to be crap. How would they even monitor people saying sub in the chat? That's true. They have bigger things to worry about. You can only say subscriber on Thursdays. Right. Like Mike. Mike does it all the time. Hey, subscribe to my channel. Please subscribe to my... No, I'm just kidding. Mike's very cool. If you haven't seen January House, Mike, he's very cool. Very cool guy. Does auctions Sundays and Tuesdays. Mike, just put your link in. Because, what happened to you? Mike, put your link in. I'm sorry. I remember that channel. Yeah, I forget what their name was. The wife had a foreign accent. I forget. Thanks for the people who subscribe to my YouTube. I guess I need to start spending more time creating content. More barbecue videos. Been getting people to subhertz because those people don't continue watching. Yes, ping, but you got to remember, YouTube does what they call a sweep every other week. So I don't know if I was caught up in the sweep. When I changed my YouTube channel name from Paul Antonelli to The Art of Reselling. Now, granted, I started my YouTube channel 15 years ago under Paul Antonelli. A year ago, I changed it. Almost a year ago, I changed it to The Art of Reselling. I lost over 70 subs, and I don't know why. It could be people, so I don't know them. I don't know who that is, or they just haven't watched any videos. That's what happens, I was off for 3 months. I didn't want to get involved in the drama and stuff, so I was off. Yes, that's it, Jennifer. Yes. I got off for 3 months. And when I came back, you know how everybody's blue? No one was blue anymore. So, they do different things. It's every other week. I beg and plead. Sometimes I dance and twerk just to get people to sub. Mike says it on his auctions. If I add 3 subs, I will twerk with this item. Lisa, what if you say thank you to all the subs, or I put chat on sub only? They wouldn't be buried in crap review. Very true. I think most of us now turn on comments by sub only because it eliminates the bots, the people that came in and, just say the pornography stuff and things like that. They'll come into people's chats and cause havoc, especially at night. But if you have a subscriber only can post in the chat, most of them aren't going to do that. Like I have mine set at 20 minutes. When I do an auction, I haven't done an auction in months, I've set it for a day. So you have to be a subscriber for a day. What a name, Jennifer. I thought you paid people, Mike. I'm back with my coffee and bagel. I'd love a nice bagel. I can vouch for that. January House dances to get subscribers. I've seen it with my own 2 eyes. Jennifer, I pay people with Scrapple to sub to my channel. It's delicious. Excuse me. Wait, how do you turn on subscriber only? You seriously don't know, or you're just messing with me? So many friggin' myths about people come up with, like the eBay algorithm ones. Yeah. Yep. Wouldn't it be interesting if there was an algorithm? And thanks for coming in, Lisa. See if I didn't say that. Thanks everybody for watching. Thank you. But yeah, Mike, if you're serious, if you don't know, it's just on the second page. You go in. Seriously, I don't know. It's like the Wild Wild West. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Let me see if I can bring up my channel. Manage my videos. I don't have one coming up. Okay, let's see if I can show Mr. Mike. Share. Excuse me. Share a screen. Share it loud. Ba-da-ba. So you go to your channels on your YouTube. You hit on the little pencil, or it could be a ballpoint pen thingy. And here, you put all your Scrapple. Wait a minute. You check your playlist. You want to see some of my old videos, like 15 years old. Here they are under here. All right. So you go through here, you get your things, then you go down to the bottom, and then you hit save because I just changed one thing. Oh, come on. You're not going to give it to me? Oh, it's right here. I'm sorry. No, it's not right there. Oh, it's not going to give it to me. Because the video happened already. All right, this is your first details page. When you hit save for your first page, there'll be another thing here. Not comments, but that's the one you click on the very, very top. It'll say subscriber only. This is showing me nothing. Yes, I know, because I don't have a new video. You can't do it to your old videos because you already selected. I don't have a new one scheduled. Right? Live now. Can I do it to live now? Yes, customization. First page is details. Second page is customization. Yes, I want the live chat. Yes, I want the live chat to replay. Who can participate? Subscribers only. Custom. Duration 5 minutes or whatever. 7 days, weeks, months. You just don't want them to hope that you can. I don't want anybody from Pennsylvania in my chat, Mike. And that's how you do it. But you gotta it can't be on an old video. It has to be on one that you're either doing right now, obviously, or coming up. You are literally just clicking on things. Yes, thank you very much for your support, Mike. We might actually be able to sell more if we knew. Oh boy. So basically I have to find it myself. Oh my God, Mike's just like ripping me a new one. Showing me nothing. Okay. Mike gives it back to me because on some of his auctions, sometimes I'll go in and give him a couple of rations also. Right, January eBay sure doesn't want sure how it works. Buy. Oh, in studio. I don't think the algorithm knows the algorithm. It's very true. Your channel has a second page. Yep. Oh, Mike, I don't know if you know, I started Hybid yesterday. I started my first high bid auction. Hey, there's a lot of good people in Pennsylvania. I'm not one of them, but there are some. Yeah, so I started my first share a screen, share it now. Toys and Stuff collectibles. They're going to add a About Me page that says, I don't take any crap from people in Pennsylvania. I've been doing this for 40 something years and all that stuff. So it was interesting to set it up. It ends in 9 days, 8 hours. And you know, like auctions, it's the last 10 minutes of an item. I think I only have 2 or 3 bids. Started things pretty low, lower than what they should be. I want to see if I can get people into it. I stopped at 119 lots. Like I have bids on the hats. And this one, I stopped at 119 lots. And I believe this weekend, oh my God, Mike, there's a link in the chat. Can you put the link in the chat so we can see it without you clicking around like a maniac? Ooh, rare form. How many coffees did you have this morning, Mike? So I stopped at 119 because I called them. They're extremely helpful. Extremely helpful. As a matter of fact, I asked several questions last night in emails, and I said, I'm sorry for being a pain in the tuchus. I have more questions. She started answering them just before I went on. And one of the people is from the chat yesterday is thinking of doing one. I know, Mike. I know. So I asked, and then several other questions like I wanted to change this, I wanted to change that. And I says, I got nervous. I started it. I says, because I just got hit with a realism kick in the head that 119, 120 items all end at the same time. If they all sell, I have to ship 120 items. So I says, hopefully you get one person that buys a lot. But I says, and I'm a one-man show. I don't have like a couple of kids helping me pack and ship or anything. I mean, granted, I've done 32 pieces from eBay one weekend, but it's not 120. So I figured let me start another one and just keep it rolling. So I'm gonna document how it's going. Like yesterday was the beginning. Showed people the back end of high bid and different things like that. I always talk about high bid as a great place to source because it always is. Especially with gas prices now, $5 and $6 in California. High bid is a fantastic place to source for stuff because you can get this. Even though there's thousands and thousands of people on it, you can still get some good deals. And there are auction companies that use high bid instead of doing a regular in-house auction. So, yeah, Mike, put your link in if you didn't already. I'm sorry I didn't see the chat. Put your link into your shows, your sales, because Mike always has some good stuff. He goes to. You might be able to, or I have a link for past auctions. So yeah, that is my homepage for high bid. But Mike does local auctions, then he brings it to his own auction. He does box lots and stuff like that. He gets good deals on stuff and then brings them to auction. He's been finding some cool vintage items. And I don't know, Mike, if you look at my auction, I finally started to list some of those very vintage postcards that I have. I think I did 5 lots. Like that's 1913. I think the earliest one I have on Hybrid is 1893. I've always tried to put them in my auctions when I was doing the auctions and never garnered enough interest. Not like Mr. Buys-A-Lot does. But he started with ephemera, so he has that following. But so yeah, Mike, put your link in if you'd like. Anybody else has anything coming up or happening? Put your link in. I appreciate everybody for coming in. Please hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you know every time I go on. And look who we have, a last minute guest.
I just wanted to stop and say hi. Can you hear me?
A guest from the past. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Where are you? Or is that a picture behind you?
No, this is my new area of working. So.
Oh, you have your own area and Tommy has his own. Okay.
Yep. I'm in the dungeon now.
I am telling you, it looks very cool though.
Thank you. I got all my DVDs.
Wow.
I have a lot.
Very cool. Very cool.
And then I got all my decal stuff over here. And then I just picked up a new light for decals. Oops. So it's been a while since I've been live. So this is the whole setup.
Nice.
So yeah, let me see if I can figure this out now. It's been a long time since I've been on. So
yeah, that's cool. So I still get your emails. You guys doing a ton of different decals and stuff now?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Constantly busy. Constantly.
And you sell, I think you mentioned once that you sold more through Facebook Marketplace than you do on eBay?
Yeah. eBay, so it's kind of weird because like something was going on with Facebook. And so we ended up ramping up more on eBay, and we've sold a lot on eBay, so it's kind of evening out now. So
cool. But your stuff is so easy. Do you ship them in flats or just
depending on the size? Like the smaller size we send out in an envelope and send a business card and then the instructions.
Okay, cool.
And then for our bigger ones, you get the instructions, a card, and we do this. Make a box, and they go in there, rolled up, and then we're in this.
Oh, cool.
So.
Did Tommy get his color printer working yet?
Honestly, I don't know. I don't know. I know he's been working on it, but I'm not sure.
Very cool. Very cool.
So usually I'll be down here and I'll do all the decals, and then I'll take and go outside and work on the flowers and stuff like that. So I have lots of flowers now, so I'm super happy.
I saw that. I saw the picture you put on Facebook.
Yeah, and I just picked up a lot more, so there's going to be a lot more going on. So,
plus you do what you call the weeding, right, of the decals?
Yeah.
Which you got that down to a science.
Some decals are easier than others.
Yeah, I still can't imagine that. I'm ready to toss the print and buy a brand new one. Oh, okay, Tommy.
Yeah, he gets frustrated. That's why I don't ask. Because I know he gets frustrated. So.
Wow. So I was just about to end, but did you have anything you wanted to promote? Are you doing anything?
Not yet. I got to get the rest of this area situated for me, and then I'm gonna start going live again. So it just takes time, and summer's busy for us. So.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, and now that I've picked up plants and flowers and learning all I can with that,
Yeah, I liked seeing the picture of your house. I like the neighborhood setting and stuff. It reminded me of where we used to live.
Well,
Um,
and it's funny because like the house on the corner, she's a nurse, so you hardly ever see her. She's always gone. And then the people on the house on the other side of us, we're caretakers for that house. Nobody
oh
lives there
wow,
yet. So he's working on it. So we take care of it and take care of the lawn and do a walk around probably 2 or 3 times a week to make sure that nobody's tampering with it and stuff like that. So
that's cool.
oh yeah. And the guy that owns it is phenomenal. He's a really awesome guy. And so
Yeah,
can't
I
complain.
like the neighborhood setting. That was really cool.
Yeah, and since the people on the corner left and this lady moved in who's a nurse, our neighborhood has been so much easier to be in.
Wow, that's nice.
Oh
That
yeah.
is really nice.
So
Cool. So nothing happening. That you want to? You have your link to your Facebook page. You want to promote your stickers and stuff,
I
decals. Excuse me.
hmm.
Or maybe Tommy can put them in.
Yeah, Tommy, can you do that, please? Because it's hard for me to figure out where everything is on here. I don't do good with links.
Okay.
So let's see. I always forget where to go. I don't go on Marketplace very often.
I don't either. There, he just put it in.
Oh, there we go.
I should. I mean, the only thing I go there for is to renew the listings that expired because they didn't sell.
Oh,
But,
yeah, he does all the back end work. He's the one that deals with the customers. I just cut and I weed, put the transfer tape on, put it in the envelope and send it out.
Yeah, you say that weeding thing like it's nothing because you're so good at it, I guess. And I'm looking at him saying, "Oh my God, I could never."
I just picked up a new light, like I was saying before. Let's see if I can get this right here.
Yeah.
And it's got LEDs in it underneath. And then this here will magnify the decal so that
Oh, so you could see where to pull the pieces out.
Yeah, because like
No.
this decal, it's our Peking Pitbull, very hot seller right now.
Really?
If you see, there's all those little details.
Hold on. Yep.
And sometimes, it's kind of a pain because it will like to stick to the other vinyl that you have to remove. So you have to do it really slow. So this one takes me a little bit longer. This is one of my longer ones that I do that for weeding and stuff. So
yeah, everybody, if you don't know what she's talking about, the whole sticker is white and it cuts. So you have to pull out the pieces that you don't want or are not required and leave those pieces that she showed. Those become the decal. So you have to pull out like the inside of the O, the inside of the P. You got to pull all that out.
Yep, like the.
But yeah, I can imagine that dog one would be ridiculous to do.
When I first started it, it took me a lot longer than it does now, but I still have to go slow because I don't want to have to recut it. So it's just one of those ones that are slower.
And how much, like that dog one, that the Terry, is it Pitbull, right?
Yes. We have.
How much does that cost?
This one, 5.5 is $5.
$5. Okay. Yeah. So how long does it take you to weed it?
For one?
Yep.
Probably a minute.
Yeah, the whole thing?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
This one takes me about a minute because of the detail of the string.
Yeah.
Let me find one that's a little bit appropriate. This one takes me probably 30 seconds or less.
Okay, so hold on. Go back to the dog again. Let's say I bought a machine and did that. That's
Mhm.
my first one. That's not going to take me a few minutes. That's going to take me an hour or something, right?
Right. Hold on. When you first start out, like when I first started doing this one, it took me about 10 minutes per decal because I had to go even slower than I do now just to make sure that nothing lifted, nothing.
Yep. The wrinkles in the face.
Right.
Yep. Because you take the wrinkles in the face, it's a different dog.
Well, so we have quite a few different peking dogs.
Yep.
We have a German Shepherd. We have the Pit Bull. We have an Australian Shepherd. We have, hold on, let me pull it up.
All right, but you're not mentioning the best dog in the world.
If we don't have it, we can get it for you.
But no, what I was getting at is $5 for that. And I mean, for somebody like me, I'd be losing money.
Why?
To sell that at $5. That's the cost of the machine time, the cost of the vinyl, my time. I'd have to sell that for $50 to break even. You're selling them for $5 because you're quick and you're good at doing it.
I did not get quick and know what I was doing. It took a while. I mean, it really did took a while. And when I get a new decal, when Tommy puts up a new decal that I haven't done before, I have to look at the picture while I'm weeding to make sure that I'm not weeding out the wrong parts. And so otherwise, a couple times of doing a new decal, I've got it down.
Wow. Yeah, and they are weatherproof, they're adhesive, so people put them on their bumpers, they put them on their back windows, the side windows. If you ever wanted to get one made, you reach out to the Bargain Effect Tommy or Des and say, listen, can you make me one that says my YouTube channel name?
Yep.
Or, I stop at thrift stores.
Yep, we do have one of those.
I think that was an idea I had a million years ago now.
Let me find it. Here it is. The one that we have, I'll share so you guys can see. Share screen. That says, I break for yard sales, thrift stores, or thrift shops, and weird stuff left at the curb. So this is one of our decals, and they do sell.
Yeah.
So
very cool.
So yeah, we have those, and I mean we have so many different ones. Oops. No, I don't want to save that. And I do. I love the program that I have. Like we have an endangered species decal. It's a standard. And so we have a 5 brain fart. So it's 5. Here, I'll just show. So this was a special order because they wanted 3-inch. So this one is the 5 for standard, and then somebody wanted a 6. So we were able to accommodate that for them. That was
very cool.
Here too. So if you have an idea, pretty much we can do it. If it's too detailed, then what we do is, oops, I just closed that one out. What we do,
the one I just sent you, Des.
What's that? Where did you send it? Facebook? Oh. Here we go.
God bless you. Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
That's very cool.
Yep. And this is a peaky one too. See how he's
Yeah,
got
I
his
can
paws
imagine.
up? Yep. And we can do that one, and that'll take me less than a minute to weed.
Damn. There's more that you take out than you leave in on this dog.
Yeah. And there's like with the German Shepherd too, the Australian Shepherd. We had a special order for an Australian Shepherd, and let's see. This one was fun to do. I actually
that's
enjoyed
cool.
doing this one. But that's our Peking Australian Shepherd. And it was a special order from our lady from the post office, actually. And she got it for her neighbor who has one.
Wow. So typically you'd put these on the back windows, the backside windows.
Any smooth surface they can go on.
Nice.
So it's not just your car windows. You can put it on your house windows. You can put it on your laptop.
Yeah, I'm sure the HOA would like that over here. Put it on my house windows.
We have decals actually on our windows upstairs from when.
Yeah, but you don't have an HOA, right?
What's that?
You don't have an HOA.
No.
Yeah.
And I would put and honestly, they'd probably hate me because I'd put them up there just because.
Yeah, I know.
My
neighbors went away for the weekend. They just got back yesterday. Our trash pickup is Tuesday. Their barrel was still out. So I pulled their barrel back. They came back yesterday and said, hey, I pulled your barrel back for you. I figured I'd save you the letter from the HOA. Oh my God. That's what people say. They talk on our website, the neighborhood website. How do I get in touch with the HOA? And my response is just leave your trash barrel out for an extra day. They'll contact you right away.
Right. This is how I cut the Peking pit bulls. And so I cut them like this. And then I go through and I weed each one.
Wow. So you do 10 at a time.
Yep. And this right here will take me like 5 minutes to weed them all.
And you can do any color, right?
Yeah, we have an array of colors. We have gray. We have where's my? I think Tommy has it upstairs. Oh no, it's right
And
here.
how long you guys been doing this?
Probably about 2 years.
Okay.
Maybe a year and a half ago, because I was doing this just for a hobby to keep my brain.
Right.
You know, and so Tommy was like, "Oh, we might be able to make some money on that," and well, here we are.
The side hustle, right?
Yeah, and then there's all this.
Yeah, I like the reflective.
The holographic.
Yep.
Yeah, but those are our colors, and we just got a bunch more colors that we haven't added yet, because like the blue here.
Yep.
It's pretty dark, and it almost, I guess, looks almost like a dark purple instead of a blue. That's what Tommy tells me.
Yeah.
So I came up with this board here because of the fact that I needed help with the shades and stuff. Oh,
right. Yeah. No. Very, very cool.
Tommy just came down here and scared the tar out of me.
Oh.
So, not sure what he's looking for, but he just scared me. Oh. I have no idea where all the decal poster boards are. Weren't they up there? Last I saw, they were over there. We have poster boards with a bunch of decals on it. Oh, he just found them. That's what he came down for.
So you could, because you make that stuff yourself, you could set up at a craft fair.
Oh, yeah. So here's...
Oh, nice. Yep. Yeah, the reflective is really cool.
Yeah, and we did it this way too, because that way, you know, if you have like a white car, or you want to put it on something white or lighter, then you'd be able to tell what it would look like on
Right.
it.
Excuse me. Right.
And then we did the same with the black,
Cool. I still like that.
the holographic.
Yeah. No. The Deadpool.
Deadpool?
The Deadpool hand.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
I love
is very
Deadpool.
cool.
So I love Deadpool. So Tommy did that one special for me. So
Deadpool 3 is
I know.
getting ready to come out.
I did. I found out and I was like, yes.
Yeah.
I'm a big Deadpool freak. I love
No,
Deadpool.
it's cool. He's cool. He's cool. I just saw that they just made, well, at Comic-Con in a couple of weeks, they're going to announce Gambit and something else. Yeah.
Oh, that's sweet. Okay,
yeah.
my nerd side showing. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Okay. But I have to end the show. Anything you want to promote? Anything you're doing? You put your
Decals
link
at the
in.
moment.
All right.
Just the decals.
Cool. Well, thank you very much for coming in. It was good seeing you again. Good talking to you again.
Yeah, I told Tommy, I was like, oh, he's on. I should go pop in and say hi and surprise him.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Absolutely. Well, thank you very much for coming in. Thank you, everybody, for watching, checking out the show and everything. There's a lot of different things in here today. Decals and whatnot and high bid. So we touched the gambit again. No pun intended. So thanks, everybody. We will see you again next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Bye, Des. Bye, Tommy.
Much love, everybody.